everybody, I don't know what Phil's doing. I think he's trying to figure out how much space is in between us. So every time he gets over,
You can move over
because
a
I have terrible flatulence.
bit. Move over a bit and move your mic over slightly.
Now that I have a carpet underneath this table, it makes it harder to just fucking move around.
I heard you enjoy carpet.
Depends. I like it right up the like a runner carpet.
Right up the butt. Right?
I like a Brazil. We have a Turkish carpet upstairs, but I'd prefer a Brazilian carpet.
It's racism. Welcome to Watch and Complain, episode 155. Black Panther, Wakanda forever. I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
No, so I didn't say anything. So to all the people that are bitching about how I'm a misogynist and a racist and all that, I didn't say shit.
Wakanda forever.
Yep, by Ryan Coogler.
In my white man voice.
I believe Coogler or Cogler. I think Coogler is his last name. I think he's a very talented director. This movie, let's get right into it. This movie, I spent...
No spoilers
Okay.
until we get to the plot.
I spent all of today trying to... and not that anyone cares. I'm just doing this for myself. I spent all day trying to formulate how I would express how I feel about this movie. Because the first point is this is the best movie of phase 69 or 58 or whatever fucking phase we're in Marvel. This is the best. Was it phase 4? Phase 5?
Is it the last of phase 4?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Whatever phase they're in, this is the best movie so far.
This is what we call the tweener phase. Because they got nothing.
I'd argue this movie has something and fucks it up.
I didn't say the movie. I meant the phase.
Oh, the phase. Okay, yeah. No, and we all know just because of the Ant-Man and Quantum Mania, which made me roll my eyes so hard they almost saw the back of my fucking skull.
Quantum Mania the start of the next one or the end of this one?
Who could care?
I think it's the end game of this one.
It looks laughably bad. But besides that,
It's probably better than this.
oh, wow, that's no. But so my point is, this was the best movie so far of this phase. It destroyed Doctor Strange. It destroyed whatever one was before Doctor Strange. There was another one, and I've already forgotten it. Shang-Chi. There's another one after Shang-Chi that I know I'm forgetting.
Spider-Man, if you count that.
No.
Yeah, it is part of the phase.
Yeah, but there was another one after Spider-Man. I could have
Is it
sworn
better
to
than
God.
Spider-Man?
Entertainment-wise, no, but... Okay, let me just say like how I felt. So, is it a good is it a good movie? Yes. Is it a great movie? No. But I felt more for these characters than I really expected I would. I really, really did. I felt far more for these characters than anything in Doctor Strange, than anything in fucking Shang-Chi. Because those guys felt very just fucking paper thin, and they felt like they were going through the Marvel hit list. You know, the Marvel, make sure you do this, make sure you do this. This movie did not feel that way. It did it, but it did not feel that way. And I think that's because...
Great actors.
Yeah, really good actor. I wouldn't call him great. I call one great and one terrible. Thankfully, he's not in the movie. He's only in the movie for like a fucking little cameo that he did in an afternoon. But I think it's that Ryan Coogler really... cares about these characters, cares about the story. The actors really care about the story, really care about the representation of these characters.
Yeah.
And it makes it a world that is very impressive acting, very impressive storytelling. I was really impressed by. The plot and the general direction of the story, man alive, that had some problems. It was okay, and in some times there were some parts where I was really enjoying myself, and then there were other parts where I was like, "What are you guys fucking doing? Like, come the fuck on!"
Abrupt stops.
Holy moly! I think I fell asleep for about 10 minutes.
Disconnects
When they go to Namor's Candyland.
Don't. No spoilers yet.
Okay, it's not a spoiler, but
We're gonna go through the whole thing.
they go to. Okay, I'll discuss it when we get there. But for me, very good movie. The best one of all the Marvel movies so far because I fucking...
Of all the Marvels.
No, of the ones in this phase 69 or wherever we're in. I really cared for all these actors. all on the back of Angela Bassett. She is so fucking good in this movie. The Queen? Yeah, the Queen. I was very impressed by her. The other actors rode her coattails and did a great job, but they were trying to be as good as Angela Bassett was. She was fucking great.
You can't. Yeah.
But all right.
Can't match it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen.
First,
oh, yeah, I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I wasn't going to listen anyway, but I didn't ask
just gonna move
what
on.
you thought
Fuck Phil.
of Phil's Wakanda. Black Panther forever.
Yeah,
Wakanda.
You're not allowed to do accents anymore. It's very disjointed. There's a huge. Okay, there's many huge issues, but there's like a huge issue that I'm sure you won't understand until I explain it to you at the end.
Oh, because I'm stupid?
Yes. No, because you don't know the context.
Is it that end part where I went, so? And then walked into the theater?
I knew that's what you would do. Also, the people that were waiting in the theater for the second stinger and ended up with nothing, loved it.
What?
We just left because I looked it up. But
after that first stinger, I'm like, I could give a fuck about the second stinger. Oh, Thor. It's the other one. That was the other one I was thinking of.
The Dark World.
No,
not Dark World.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, far better than Love and Thunder. Because again, everybody in all those other Marvel movies, Shang-Chi, Love and Thunder, Irreversibles, The Unstinkables, what were they called? The Eternals. Just totally bored throughout the entire thing.
I feel like all these movies in this phase have poor writing.
Poor writing because they are not written by writers. They're written by a committee.
Yeah.
They're written by fucking 20 people. They're like, okay.
The writer's watching at home right now going, oh.
But preteen girls like these ones, the man boys who are, 35 to 48, they like this. Okay, the teenage boys, it's written by committee. Whereas this movie, Wakanda Forever, did not feel that way. I knew it was there, and you can see the parts where it's there, but for a significant portion of it, that is not there. And that was what made me the happiest.
I feel this movie suffered from being written in portions.
Okay.
Because it goes this, and they're not well put together, like linked.
Yeah. There I wouldn't say all of it, at least for me. I wouldn't say all of it is, but some parts you can be like, yeah, that payoff does not make any fucking sense for that setup.
But a lot of it.
We'll get into it. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the best part of why everyone watches Watch and Complain is to watch Phil stumble through reading a bunch of words that are very difficult to pronounce.
I probably have dyslexia. I think that goes without saying for our regular viewers. If you're just checking in, enjoy. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. See? No accent. T'Challa, King of Wakanda. You want to hear something funny? Yeah, I'm going right into it.
Why isn't Chadwick Boseman in this movie?
That's kind of part of it. I go and get the synopsis so I can go through it and see where I'm going to stop at points, right? So I paste it in and I go through it and I'm like,
plagiarism.
Wait a minute. This is the last movie.
You couldn't tell the difference.
I couldn't tell right away. I was going through the paragraphs and I'm like, wait a minute.
There's a lot of T'Challa.
Sure. Did this? Because what I had done was I watched like, in this term, a paragraph, but I watched like a half an hour of the first movie before I went to the other movie. I was going to watch the whole thing, but I was bored.
That's like, fuck this movie.
Yeah. Well, I already watched it. Anyway, yeah, that was a little funny anecdote. That's not an anecdote, T'Challa, King of Wakanda, dies of a disease that his sister, Shuri, believes could have been cured by the heart-shaped herb. Shuri was attempting to synthetically recreate the herb after it was destroyed by Killmonger.
Now, I will say...
By the way, we're in spoilers.
Okay, yeah. We'll break at the start of that. I will say I really liked that the movie starts with T'Challa's death. I think that is a great place to start it. And the reason why I think that's a great place to start it is because it would be nothing but flashbacks to T'Challa's life if we were to be 5 years in the future and T'Challa died 5 years ago. Like, to start it right where he dies, we can see our mourning point. And I liked that. I thought it was a good setup. I also liked And I know, just from what I've been reading online, a lot of people for some reason hate this, and I don't know why. Again, it's these whack job purists where, oh my God, what kind of socks do you think Luke Skywalker wore? It's like, you don't need to know every fucking detail. He died of an undisclosed illness. That's all you need to know. What he died of doesn't matter. He's dead is what matters. Why Bruce Lee died doesn't matter. The fact that Bruce Lee gave us these awesome fucking movies is what matters. The fact that the type of man he was is what matters, not how he fucking died.
It was Kawanda 22.
What?
COVID 20.
Oh, that's what Kawanda.
Kawanda 22.
God. Tell me you read that somewhere online, or that's one of your.
It just
Okay,
came
I should
up
know it's
right
a
now.
shit joke.
It's a shit joke.
But I had to ask because I knew that some asshole on Marvel's fucking soundboards, or not soundboards, chat boards, might have brought that up. But I did like that. I like that they started with his death, and it's an undisclosed illness.
Yeah, because otherwise they would have just done like someone in the stunt guy in the Black Panther suit fighting some big bad guy and getting killed.
Yep.
Which could have been Namor.
Exactly, but it could have been like, oh, he got killed in battle. Oh, our battle king. Like, don't, because once you do
That's the norm.
But once you do that, you've contained it. You know what I mean? Like you've like, even if you say he died of cancer, you know, that's like
That's pretty much kind of what they didn't say that, but
right.
They're
But I
going
mean, you once you put it in a box. He died of AIDS. He died of cancer. He died of fucking hemorrhagic fever. Once you put it into a box, you know what killed him. You know how it felt. You know what he went through. Like it kind of it makes it a real thing. Whereas when you say he died of an undisclosed illness, the illness stops being important, and the fact that he's dead is all that's important. And I think that's really what they were trying to go for, which to me worked in fucking spades. I was really. I don't know if proud is the right thing to say, but I was really impressed. Really, I'll say that. Really impressed that that's how they did it.
1 year later, Wakanda is under pressure from other nations to share their vibranium. With some parties attempting to steal it by force, Queen Ramonda implores Shuri to continue her research on the heart-shaped herb, hoping to create a new Black Panther that will defend Wakanda. But she refuses due to her belief that the Black Panther is a figure of the past.
Yeah.
Which I hated.
Yeah. This is where I started seeing like, well,
this
wait
should
a
be a
minute.
reverse. It should be the queen that's like, I don't want to
exactly
deal with
right.
the Black
That's
Panther.
exactly
like,
right.
It's over. I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm sick of it. That was my son.
Yep.
That was my husband. They both died. Why should we continue?
Yep. That's exactly what they should have done. It should have been the queen saying, no, we've got to put the Black Panther behind us. We've got to move Wakanda into the future. And it should have been Shuri. Should have been Shuri. Man, that's going to be a hard one.
Yeah.
It should have been Shuri saying, but Mom, we kind of need the Black Panther because the Black Panther is what unites us. Mm-hmm. The Black Panther is what makes us strong. I get what they were doing with Shuri. You know, I did get that argument in her head. I just thought, no, this is not the way to do this.
It's just out of nowhere, and it didn't seem like her personality.
And then the payoff at the end, I'm like, this feels so unwarranted because it was almost like, no, I don't care. Fuck the Black Panther. We don't know. Oh, you know what I should be? Black Panther.
Oh, I have words.
But I had the same thought when I was in the theater. I was like, this is exactly what it should be. The mother should be, because especially when Angela Bassett starts like yelling, I've lost my daughter. When she's screaming at Lupita Nyong'o, I've lost my son. I've lost my daughter. She's so enraged. I was like, my God, this is so fucking good. But to see that rage and saying why they shouldn't have the Black Panther, I thought that would have been spectacular.
Yeah. In the Atlantic Ocean, the CIA and U.S. Navy SEALs utilize a vibranium detecting machine to locate a potential vibranium deposit underwater. The expedition is attacked and killed by a group of blue-skinned, avatar-looking, water-breathing superhumans led by Namor, or as other people pronounce it, Namor.
See, I've always pronounced Namor.
Yeah,
that's how I've always pronounced it.
That's how everyone, but they want to go with the dialect, how it would be.
And ever since it's brought up to me, which was, hey, who's the bad guy in the new Black Panther movie? It's Prince Namor.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that? He's basically Marvel's Aquaman.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
But
now,
yeah, I guess, yeah.
when they first show Namor and the Funky Bunch, they show Namor from far away, kind of just hovering in the air.
It's shadowy, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This guy can fly. That's really cool.
They had to make it make sense, Rob.
And then we'll discuss a bit later on when we see in full view Namor flying. And I was the only person in my theater that laughed out loud.
I bet.
And then felt very bad because of, oh, shit, that wasn't a funny scene? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was people in my theater that thought that was cool.
Yikes.
And I was just like, really?
Yeah, I was like, nope.
The hypnotizing people to go in the water
That's pretty neat.
was pretty cool. Yeah. And it was a nice creepy vibe that I thought we were going to see throughout the movie. Nope, they just dropped it and brought like a little bit back later.
But what I really liked, and I was like, why don't, like, there should have been some sort of kind of a stinger or After Effects scene of this where the people walk into the water and just drop into the water and drown. And that's probably because it's a PG-13 Marvel movie.
That's what I feel it suffered by.
Yeah.
This could have been an amazing
You should have
adult
seen
movie.
a bunch of corpses floating.
Yes.
They didn't turn into fucking Mayan fish people. They turned into, they died. They walked to their deaths. That would have been so good.
Later, we get all these battles with blades and stuff like that. Nothing. No blood. No nothing.
Yeah,
We're
that
so
was
used to
kinda
it
shitty.
from Rings of Power and Game of Thrones.
And fucking The
Dragons
Boys
of Death.
and Yeah, and that's another one of my complaints is these movies are
They're suffering from it.
they're, in my opinion, focusing on the wrong audience. I think that the Russo brothers really tried to change that around with Endgame, but this new phase, and maybe that's just what they're going for, man. They're going for a younger, and it makes fucking sense to bring in a younger audience so that they can age with the movies. But it just
they're doing that with every single movie.
It feels so neutered.
Yes. But like I said, this would have been great if they took this creepy vibe that they had, made it the whole movie, and it was like not scary, but like just creepy the whole way through. And just like these people we don't know anything about were creeped out about how they're doing what they're doing.
Yep.
And but then it just becomes action movies, normal
I like
superhero,
how,
nothing.
What does he do? He goes, hey. The guy's like, what? Oh my God, what am I doing? Like, dude, have it been better than just fucking you have to yell at the guy.
Yeah.
Also, there's one thing I totally forgot to bring up even before the movie started. There were 3. Oh my God, my dog's attacking someone. There's likely bloodshed all over upstairs.
It happens all the time.
We apologize.
It's better than a Disney movie.
This will probably be our last video because you're going to start seeing blood and gore, sinew coming down the sides.
No, this is how we get views.
Right? We should show more of what Zelda kills with people.
I'll put some CG blood right now.
And a picture of Zelda.
Well, I don't want to kill the dog.
No, I meant show Zelda killing someone.
Oh, okay, we'll see.
So I saw a bunch of trailers at the start of this. First trailer I saw was the
I missed the trailers.
incredibly forgettable Quantum Mania.
Oh, yes.
And so, you know, Paul Rudd, pretend everybody thinks he's Spider-Man. Who could care about Ant-Man?
Cameo.
And then
what's his face? The head bad guy that we're going to see a lot of.
Kang. Yeah.
Kang, yeah.
But
We're
Michelle
going to see
Pfeiffer,
Kang in like so many movies right now.
Michelle Pfeiffer goes, there was something that I didn't tell you about the Quantiverse. And I went, ugh.
I'm a lesbian.
So we find Quantumania, Ant-Man, who cares? And then the next one, the what should be called Creed 3, the story that won't go away.
I don't care.
Because I hate to break it to you, to all you people that think that Creed was a great movie,
It has
you're
an
wrong.
audience.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's a bad movie. Creed 2, never saw it. Creed 3, won't go see it because it's basically just Rocky 3. But he never. So Creed meets his old friend who went to jail for 18 years. Oh, he never told you about what happened that day when I went to jail. I'm like, oh my God! Like this
What movie is this?
Creed 3.
Oh, we're still talking about
Yeah, in the trailer. So that trailer followed by that fucking trailer. Still, they never told you about this. I'm like, holy fuck, is that? And then in this movie,
There was only
eventually
two
when we
trailers?
get to it, no, there was like 5.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, when we get to it, there's something I
Was
never
Devotion
told
there?
you about T'Challa, and I'm like, okay,
Oh, Avatar was one of them.
Marvel, you need to stop. Oh my God, there's something I didn't tell you. That is It's
We're
not the
there
worst.
Yet. We're not there yet.
It's not
Rob.
the worst.
We're not there yet.
But it is the
We're not there yet.
lamest. I'm not going to spoil it, but it is the lamest plot device.
How did you go from Creed
ever.
to that?
Because both of them are in Quantumania. There's something I never told you about Quantum Universe.
Okay.
And then in Creed 3, there's something he never told you about
Did
that
she say
day.
what it is? Oops.
No, that's how they hook you into it. And try to get you into it.
I bet it's that she married.
I could
Kang
give it. I could give a
Quantum Universe.
shit what good. Like that's the
I
problem.
care. I care.
and
I can't wait
because
for the next phase.
That stinger
We're gonna
works.
get mutants.
That plot device works great for you. For me, I
Yeah.
could give a goddamn. I do not give a shit. And then Creed did the same thing, and then this fucking movie does the same thing. I'm like, this is the worst plot device, and I think writers know it. They just because it's an easy one to go back on. It's like the MacGuffin. It's always easy to go onto a MacGuffin, to use a MacGuffin for something. But this there's something I never told you about X. Okay, I don't give a fuck what it is. If you're not going to fucking tell me your entire story and hang it all on, oh shit, we wrote ourselves into a corner, what we do? Oh, there's something I never told you about this wall. There's a tunnel. We could escape.
So, in short, Rob hates anyone who likes Creed.
Not hates them, but there's so many better stories out there. Also, and we'll get to it in my discussion of this movie, Michael B. Jordan
Michael Jordan
needs to go away.
I love him.
But sorry,
I want more.
he
of
has
him.
had one great role, and it was just a role that he was. I don't want to say tailor-made for, but he was very good in. Everything afterwards has been mediocre.
They should have made a way for him to come back into this movie and be Black Panther.
No, hell no.
Like bring the Quantum Mania, Kang,
Quantum
change his
Mania.
things.
Can you believe that people are going to go see a movie called Quantum
The funny
Mania?
thing about Quantum Mania was when they revealed the logo and no one could read it. And they had to change it, I think.
But it's also like, I'm not going to go see it. I don't give a fuck what the movie is. I'm not going to
You're
go
gonna
see
see it.
something called Quantum Mania.
You're going to see it.
I'll see it because you're going to force
Yeah.
me to. But Quantum, I saw that
I love
title
when you
and I
say,
was like,
I'm not going to see it, and then you end up seeing it because I'm like, Rob, we have to see it.
fuck. All right, continue with this tripe.
Namor confronts Ramonda and Shuri, easily bypassing Wakanda's advanced security with his wings. Yeah, I said
Yeah,
it.
we don't see him yet.
Blaming Wakanda for the vibranium race. Wait, what? Oh, yes, not as in racism, as in the
He was
race
racist towards
to get
vibranium.
vibranium.
He was racist towards vibranium.
He gives
Get it
them
out of my country. Not my country.
He gives them an ultimatum.
He's got a little bag of hat on when he pops out of the water.
Deliver.
condensate what?
This is why we can't do this. He gives them an ultimatum. Deliver to him the scientist responsible for the vibranium detecting machine, or he will
the
attack
constantly
Wakanda.
annoying Lake Bell, which was funny. So Lake Bell is. They do a bit of a switch on you. You think that Lake Bell is the white lady that's on the boat. You think that she's the scientist that built the machine.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, great, Lake Bell. As if I
She
couldn't
didn't come back, did she?
As if I couldn't be more
That was
disinterested in this
dropped.
movie. And then they're like, and this is okay.
Why?
Because
Didn't she escape? Or did she
I'm
crash?
going to explain.
Oh, she crashed.
They were like, okay, Lake Bell is like one of those super duper white people. Like she's so white, okay?
Classic person to put in that role.
And she's forgettable.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a good actress. She's just Lake Bell. And then they're like, okay, shit. So if we make Lake Bell the scientist that made the machine, there's no
There's
no
to
hook
turn
there.
that off during the show. Wow.
There's no hook.
Jesus.
There's no nobody cares about Lake Bell. So they're like, okay, what do we do? I know. Let's do what comes in the next paragraph, which I was like, oh, we're not going with the scientist is so they didn't go with the trope of the scientist is like a savant type of thing. They went with something much worse.
Well, kind of.
not worse,
but not a
just-
savant. Yeah. A genius, kind of. Shuri and Okoye learn from CIA agent Everett K. Ross, your favorite, that the scientist in question is Riri Williams, a student at MIT, and arrive at the university to confront her.
This actress did a fine job. I will say she did a fine job with what she had, but I
But
feel
she didn't
like
have much to go on.
I feel like a lot of her dialogue was like, okay, be hip and black. be hip. And she'd be like, well, how do you want me to be hip? Just like say hip things, hips, cool Gen Z things. I'm like, man, give this girl more to go on. If she's a fucking genius, have her be like a Shuri level genius.
Where's her past? How did she get to be so smart?
Does not. Her dad helped her. They built cars together.
I feel like Stark has mentioned a Riri Williams in one of the movies in the past,
Possibly.
but I can't pinpoint it, and I don't see anything online when I researched it. So if anyone has that answer, please.
But wouldn't it be great if she wasn't a man, hip, cool, selling homework, blah blah blah? I don't want that. I want a girl that's a fucking like tinkering nerd who is like an uber genius, like Shuri, an uber genius, and they find her, and then part of it is convincing her, appealing to her, sense of, not justice is the wrong word, but appealing to her morality, her sense of morality.
You do understand that she's the new Iron Man, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I get that. But the point for me was she just kind of like, damn, yo, hip it, what up, nah, genius, yo. And I'm like, stop doing that.
If we can say it, she was kind of the token black girl.
That's how it really felt. And I was like,
in a movie of diverse black characters.
And I was like, come on, man. Give this girl more than this. This is bullshit. This girl should be uber intelligent, blows Shuri away, right? Because Shuri can't figure out a fucking machine to find vibranium.
Yeah, which is odd because it's like, well, why isn't Shuri the new Iron Man? Which is where I thought they were going to go with it.
I knew Shuri was going to be the new Black Panther, and I think she's going to be the new leader of the group. I've got my own issues with, but no, I felt this girl every time she was on screen. I was like, I'm so irritated that they're not giving her more
you're not
be.
Irritated at the actor.
No, the actress was fantastic, and I really liked it. I thought it was great that it's a young black student. I think this sort of representation is fantastic. The problem was she was like, hip, yo, what up, yo, girl, fresh.
I did your homework.
Like, fuck off, man. Don't ever selling fucking homework. Have her be.
That's so like a trope. That's
what I mean. It felt so fucking
done,
common and done and boring. She should have been a genius that blew Shuri away. As soon as Shuri spoke to her, you know what she should have been? Like, she should have been like fucking Sherlock Holmes. As soon as Shuri's talking to her, she's saying shit to Shuri like, you don't notice that? It's right there. It's so obvious. And Shuri's like, what?
But
like, your brain is moving 1,000 times faster than mine.
They made Shuri
That's
smarter.
what she should have been. Which is stupid. You should make this girl, Riri, the far superior to Shuri. And the whole time she was like, damn, yo. I was like, stop that. Like, and I get it. I get its representation. That's fine. But I thought a smarter blow Shuri out of the water character would have been much cooler to watch.
Yeah, there was no big impact to this character.
No.
And
there should have been.
Anywhere. Even the reveal of the new outfit, like even the reveal of the old outfit, kind of playing on the whole Iron Man situation where the old Iron Man outfit, and then
the Mark I suit.
It evolved.
Yeah.
The same thing happened within this movie, and no one gave a flying fuck.
Nope.
It was a wet fart.
Yep.
Just like the most of this movie. The group is pursued by the FBI and you got me. And then Namor's warriors, who defeat Okoye before taking Shuri and Williams underwater to meet Namor.
Yeah. Look, that battle I enjoyed. I really liked the bombs, the water bombs that they blow up in slow motion.
The surprise of that, yes.
Yeah, that was cool. I'd like seeing Lupita Nyong'o up against the big fucking Avatar guy. That was cool. Yeah, Okoye up against a big Avatar guy. It was cool.
She's just a really good actress.
She's so good, and I'd love to see her. And I know she's been in other stuff. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. But she's wonderful.
I wanted her
really good.
Or we'll get into it later. We'll get.
But yeah, that scene was good. I enjoyed most of the fight scenes. They brought nothing new to the table.
No,
they brought nothing new to the table, but they were acceptable for the most part.
I enjoyed 2 of the fighting scenes. Angered by Okoye's failure to protect Shuri, Rwanda. I want to say that each time. Ramonda strips her of her title as general of the Dora Milaje. the warriors, the red warriors, and warriors. I don't know how to do it.
Come out to play.
Yeah, and seeks out Nakia, who has been living in Haiti since the blip.
This was the best part of the movie.
I disagree. She's there to protect whomever, right? She's protecting the queen. She's protecting the princess. Whatever.
And she failed.
She failed once. Oh, yeah, sure. If her daughter died, but your daughter's still out there.
She doesn't know that her daughter's still out there.
She doesn't know that she's not.
Also, she brought in Killmonger. That's what I like the most about the Queen's argument. She's like, you bitch, you brought in the guy that eventually not killed my son, but tried to kill my son.
Well, back then?
And back then. And I was nice enough to say, okay, you can lead this army again. And then you fucking take my daughter from me? Like, get out of my fucking face. And the way that Angela Bassett delivered that, that's what I was, because I had not a similar feeling to you, but I saw where the Queen was coming from.
But did she say that, or did
she
I had to hook that up in my brain?
She absolutely said that, and I was like, "This is Angela Bassett is such a good actress."
I agree.
That when I'm watching her doing that, I'm like, I'm feeling every bit of this, every piece of this. I am on board for.
I like her acting. I like her delivery, but I did not like what the character was doing.
That was great.
Because it's like, okay, in a time where I need people to go find my fucking daughter, I'm going to get rid of one of the main people that is super helpful at that kind of thing. So dumb.
Yeah.
And then all the other Red Army, we don't know anything about. She ends up getting replaced, and we know nothing about this Red Army anymore because who cares about the rest?
This is where, you know what it should have been? It should have been Shuri is the one arguing for the Black Panther. The mother is like, no, fuck it. We need to disband everything we believed in, because that is the natural progression of that argument that the mother's having. I want the Red Army fucking disbanded. You get the fuck out of my face. We're starting from fucking scratch. We're bringing Wakanda into the future. It's so
almost turn her into a bad guy, but almost like not.
And
not
this
fully.
could have been an amazing progression for the Queen, and to pull herself back just at the final moment.
I thought it was going there. I thought she was gonna like.
That's where that should have
and be
gone.
like, this is what I'm doing.
That's why I'm watching it. I'm like, none of the fucking decisions that you people are making make any fucking sense, because Shuri should have been the one fighting for the Black Panther. The Queen should have been the one fighting against the Black Panther, and for Wakanda to go forward to be who we are. We will fuck up anyone that comes and tries to steal our vibranium. But okay, Wakandans, we need basically a new system here. I'm not dealing with the death that I've had to deal with in the past. I've got to live with that shit every day. I want to build something new. Yep. We're going to build it under me as a queen. That's where it should have gone.
But I think they're too afraid to make her a bad guy, like viewed as a bad guy by some.
She's such a good actress, so she could absolutely do it.
Two sides of the story can still be good guys.
Yeah.
Like they're just doing different approaches.
I just, when that wasn't happening, I was getting irritated because it's right there and it's so good, and they don't do it.
It could have been like almost like a civil war within the family.
Yeah.
Namor,
because that was a great thing about Civil War. You saw both sides.
Yes.
You agreed. I find, I don't want to speak for everybody, but you agree with more one than the other, but you see the value of both opinions. And that's why Thanos was the best bad guy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and always will be. Because you perfectly saw exactly his point. You saw his reasoning. And now when you go around and you look at people, and I read the fucking comments that people put about you and I on TikTok, I'm like, I totally agree with the idea that these people should be erased. I totally got it.
This is why I want a Thanos movie.
Yeah.
Because they have the comics.
Hopefully there will be one.
They could go through, they could do a series of Thanos movies. And one of them can be the MCU timeline. And then another one can be before that. What is the origin and how it came about. And you do that first, then you do the timeline, where it's his view on everything, and then you can bring back characters
naked.
Him in the shower, because
I'm talking
that's
about.
big now.
To see that Thanos
dudes' butts.
Get it? Thanos.
We need a break. No. Namor shows Shuri his Namor
butt.
his vibranium-rich underwater
Holy moly.
kingdom
I was
of Talakan.
struggling to stay awake. And I'm pretty sure I fell asleep. This was one of the most boring scenes I've seen in the movie. Because, you know why? Because there's this tranquil fucking music, and everyone's like, slow motion waving to her. I'm like, you are daring me to fall asleep.
It's also, you're supposed to show that there's like hundreds of thousands of people living there, and it looks like there's 30.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what? Like, you show this big, like this big city with a sun over top. Okay. Then you show like people you're passing by, right? And you've shown like probably 30 people. And you don't, there's nothing to really show scale. When I saw the big city, there was nothing to show me scale. Nothing
My
at all.
favorite
There wasn't a banana in the picture. There's nothing.
Hey, Shuri. So as soon as you see that scene, you're like, okay, Shuri has to make a decision at the end. She doesn't want to kill the leader of these people. She doesn't want to doom these people to death. She's not gonna. So you can already see the ending when you see that.
Well,
Yeah. To me, I was like, okay, that's the ending. I get it. Now, what should happen is Shuri becomes close to or learns about the life or the troubles that one of these women or child has had, and it really touches Shuri.
sure.
Instead, we see a part where a girl goes like that, and Shuri goes, hi. And then she floats away.
I waved to an avatar. I feel better about this place.
But I just love how Shuri goes, hi. That was her literal, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
My wife was really confused at this point, and I didn't clue in. Like I did, but it's like I didn't really take it on board until she said it to me in the car after.
Also, you have to be changing shit behind us while we're discussing shit.
There were like blue people, and then there were regular people, and I understand the concept. It's just dumb.
They should have had like some goddamn fish people walking around, like legit, like
They
fucking
did.
head of a fucking carp.
It's the whales they were riding. They weren't talking to them though.
That's Aquaman. You can't rip off Aquaman that much.
Okay.
Whatever.
At least Aquaman showed scale of the place they were living in.
But also, okay, that's a good comparison. Would I rather watch Namor or watch Aquaman?
It's Namor.
Namor is, I get what they're going for. They don't get it, but I get what they're going for. Aquaman is so fucking stupid. When you're watching that movie, my favorite part of that movie is you're watching that movie and there's this big fucking crab with a guy riding it like a horse. I was like, this is full-blown stupid. Aquaman is one of the stupidest movies I think I've seen in a long time, but I had a ball watching it. The parts I was asleep through most of it, but then I woke up for the ending. And then when they're fighting, it was just, I'm like, this is so dumb.
Wasn't it in the Snyder thing that maybe you didn't see it when they're singing for Aquaman?
Jesus
you heard about
Christ,
this, right?
No.
It's the choir, like the couple girls or something choir like type thing, or they're singing for Aquaman and as he's coming out or into the water.
Oh my God.
It was so bad.
Yeah,
It's like
and
filler.
you want me to watch this
I
fucking
think you should
Snyder
watch it.
movie?
I think
You are fucked.
It'd be hilarious if we could do commentaries.
So I remember Phil and I know I brought this up when we talked about it. Phil and I went and saw Top Gun, right? And
Best movie ever.
When they're all talking about, yeah, well, I'm blowjob because I can grease the horse. Yeah, well, I'm fucking hot dog because I can fucking hot the dogs. When they're all jacking off to each other, you looked over at me and I was going like, I just had this look at my face and what the fuck? And you started laughing. And then I'm like, what the fuck is he laughing at? I'm like, oh, I realized the look I had on my face.
Oh, multiple
I guarantee
times.
through the entire fucking Snyderverse, I'd be like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
We should just rent out the theater for, what is it, 8 hours?
And watch it in 4:3.
2-hour chunks? No, the
Fuck
chapter
me.
chunks.
Oh,
Because
Christ.
it's in chapters, right?
I'd be blowing chunks.
Oh, my God. And watch it in 4:3, yeah. So in IMAX. How it's meant to be watched. Anyway. which he protected for centuries from discovery by the world. Bitter at the surface world for enslaving the Mayan people, Namor proposes an allegiance with Wakanda against the rest of the world, but threatens to destroy Wakanda first if they refuse.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Now let's discuss how this is how they discuss this. So what I'm thinking is,
they're falling for each other.
you and I,
He has a girl.
we should have, like,
Babies.
if anyone tries to go against us, and the whole time you're doing this, you're like, huh? Oh, I gotta be awake.
I know.
Oh, gotta be awake.
Yeah.
Like, we should be a team,
Or else.
so that if anybody tries to attack us, we could avenge each other. Wouldn't it be good if we
Help each other.
avenged anyone who came after us? Almost like we were a kind of team of avengers for each other. And you're like, yeah, I get it.
Oh, so you think they're going to be like the Revengers or whatever they call
they're
them?
gonna be, they're gonna be the next set of
gonna
Avengers.
part.
And I'm like, the
Yeah.
whole time this is happening, I'm like, I get it. Okay, just
They're setting up the Civil War. The
they're
new
saying,
Civil
that
War.
was Secret War. So they're
Yeah,
setting all that garbage up.
Secret War is different, I think.
I don't fucking know. But for me, the
Secret-
very little that I know about
Secret
fucking
War
this
Is
garbage,
technically some being putting random characters against each other.
but here's the one
I
thing.
won't read.
Here's the one
Secret Wars
thing
because
that I
don't wanna be
didn't tell
spoiled.
you about the Secret War. It's in Quantum Mania. But the point is,
It is not.
I was doing the fucking
Okay.
trope, dick.
Sorry.
Fuck.
But I have something to tell you.
About Quantum Mania?
It's in the stinger.
So when Prince Namor and Shuri are like, yeah, we can be. I'm like, I get it. You're gonna be the Captain America and the Iron Man of like the Avengers, the two that butt heads but lead the team. I get it. Just
I don't
please
think
fucking
so.
move
I
forward.
think we're.
I think that's what they're.
I think we're hinting at a romance.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe use those little fucking fish wings
Wait, to think about it. Namor
to flick the
and
beam.
what's her face? Let's call her Black Panther.
Shuri.
too. Shuri. Wed, and now they're the new kingdom.
Of course I'm serious, and don't call me Shuri. How many fucking people you think have made that stupid joke? What's next, Philip?
I'm just trying to get over that joke.
Joke.
Namor vows to return in a week with his full army. Wait. I lost
No,
myself.
you didn't skip anything because that's
Oh,
exactly what happens.
Okay.
He's
no-
like, look,
Yeah.
let's be buddies. Do you want to be buddies? Look, I've got Wakanda, you got Wakanda, and I've got fucking Fishland, and we could bring it all together and we'd be awesome.
Fight the surface.
But if you don't fucking do what I want you to do, I'm going to wipe Wakanda off the face of the map. And you're like,
Well, shit.
okay, yeah, I'm probably going to fight you then because
I
give
don't
me
like
a break.
threats. Like, how do I know that's not going to happen again?
But again, you know what you do? You have him plead and please. This is what we need. And she's like, I'm sorry. I just can't do it. Then I have no choice but to fight you. I don't want to, but you leave
Yeah,
me no
yeah.
choice. That's what you do.
Give people something to kind of feel for him.
You don't fucking go,
Yeah.
I want love and peace and friendship and let's be friends. But if you don't, I will fuck you up.
I think what they were trying to do with that was like, he always gets his way. This is how he gets his way.
It was just, it was
and
so...
He has to learn to,
I
to
feel
bend
like
a bit.
and again, I feel like Ryan Coogler had a great story and he had this mapped out. And then someone from Marvel, one of the fucking, several teams that have to write the script, came in and said, no, just get to the war faster. And he was like, but then we lose all this great fucking character development. Nah, fuck it. Get to them fighting. Also, can we make the wings on his feet shorter so they look like little Tinkerbells? Because that's going to really sell.
Can we just attach hummingbirds to his ankles?
It fucking looked idiotic. When he jumps out of that Wakanda part, holy fucking moly. So, all right, whatever. Who cares? We'll skip to the part where they
no,
fight.
we're going to continue.
Oh my fuck. Read faster then.
I just want to point out that the citizens of Wakanda relocate to Jabari Mountains, and this is only.
I fucking love the guy that
certain
runs
parts.
the Jabari Mountains, man.
Oh yeah, he needs a movie.
Yeah, he fucking sells.
My
the
wife was like,
story.
make him Black Panther. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter.
He's good as the because he's her like her
I might go there.
her what do you call it, the like Jarvis.
That was
he's
an-
her conscience.
That was another hint at another relationship.
No, he already
They
has a
could
wife. Or
marry.
does his wife die?
I have no idea.
He has a wife in the first movie.
I don't.
No, I'm wrong.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
see one here.
Some dude got killed. All right, doesn't matter. All right, but no, him
as far as I know, he blows gorillas.
him
so.
and Lupita Nyong'o should get together. That would fucking rule.
Who?
Lupita Nyong'o, Okinawa. I can't remember her name.
Okoye.
Okoya. Her and
Okoye.
that dude should get together. That would be awesome.
Meanwhile, Ross is arrested by this. Who cares?
Yeah, that dude. There was so much of this
The
movie
Ross stuff was
that
just
should have been
pushed
taken
in.
out. The whole Ross part should have just been taken out. It's all pointless.
Yeah. You know
going
why
to-
that's there.
Why?
One for star power. Star power.
Oh yeah, Julie Louise Dreyfus.
Not- Well, that too. Well, she's a bigger. To me, Julie
Louise Dreyfus.
is a bigger celebrity than
Martin Freeman.
Martin
Oh,
Freeman.
you're nuts.
To me, right now, like Veep made her huge.
She is an incredibly good actress. They give her dick to do in this movie.
Well, the whole point is to keep her relevant. Relevant.
Okay, yeah,
because
yeah,
she's
yeah,
going to be
you're
a big
right,
part
you're
of
right,
future
you're
things.
right.
Yeah.
I just that whole part
The
should have come out.
Revengers.
The whole fucking visit to Prince Namor's Wet Wonderland that should have been taken out because it's fucking pointless. It's so useless.
Or do it properly. There is a point there. It's
They
to
just
get
gloss
her,
over it,
get
yeah.
her to feel for their people.
I guess it's so
But where's him feeling for their people?
it's so heavy-handed, and if Shuri was a good character, which she is, I'm not saying she's not a good character, but when Namor says to her, "My people will suffer if they continue to use this thing," that should be all we need for Shuri to say, "Okay, this is something I've got to consider." And then you have that argument of, "I'm sorry, dude, I just can't help you." And then you have that, "Okay, well, then you leave me no choice." That is what you need. You don't need to go floating around fucking Fantasyland going, "Hi," to little people fucking who go like this whenever they want to say fucking hi.
They needed a moment
Stupid.
to show off the people.
To show off the fucking, to
But it-
flex
it
their
just-
CGI.
it sucked.
Which, let's talk about some of the CGI. When people fucking land
better
on
than
hard
Black
surfaces.
Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther's how many years ago?
I know, but at
This
the
should be
time,
better than
they
it
should have
was.
had better CG.
This should have been better than it was. Not all of it. So a lot of it was great. It was whenever anybody lands. Whenever anybody like is flying like fucking Namor's flying around with his Tinkerbell wings, and he lands on the ground, it's just a it's just like a hard fucking
T-pose.
land. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Using a bracelet made from fibers of the herb that gave Namor's people their superhuman abilities.
Namorians.
Shuri reconstructs the heart-shaped herb and ingests it, gaining superhuman abilities and seeing a vision of Killmonger in the ancestral plane, who urges her to seek revenge. This is where I was like, no.
The Killmonger.
No.
I
like Killmonger.
see. I get why
opt for
Killmonger was in
that.
that last movie, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. But as soon as he shows up in this, I'm like, no, dude.
I'm
this
fine.
is so stupid to have this character back. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm happy about that. But the fact that we are leading to her becoming the Black Panther pissed me off.
So I was fine with it. Why do you have such a problem?
She already has a role. She doesn't need to be. She could have just become the new queen.
But okay, but
That's all
effectively,
she needs.
But look what happens. We're gonna have Shuri become the new Black Panther. Girl who wasn't Heidi becomes her new Shuri, or new Iron Man becomes her new Shuri.
Yeah.
That probably makes more sense. A new Iron Man becomes her new Shuri.
Yeah.
And Heisha girl, who something spoil at the end we won't
Yeah.
talk about right now, becomes the new queen.
She should have. What?
That's how it will
No,
happen.
no.
Who's gonna become the fucking queen?
She's
then?
not going to become the new queen. Shuri's going to be queen
Oh,
and
yeah,
Black
'cause-
Panther.
That's right. I
But you
forgot.
know what's going to happen? She's going to say, "I can't do both."
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther is now she's going to be Black Panther,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope it doesn't go this way, but she is going to be Black Panther, and what's his face, Gorilla Boy, is going to be the king. She's going to pass it to him.
That's fine. See, I didn't get.
I hate it.
I don't get why you have a problem with a girl. Is it just her or a girl Black Panther?
No, it's not the girl thing.
Oh, not racist, sexist.
I wanted what's her face, the one at the end there, that we keep.
Haiti girl. I can't remember her name, so I'm just gonna keep calling her Haiti.
M'Baku, no, that's the big dude. Shuri, no.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Anyway, Nakia.
Nakia.
I wanted Nakia to be Black Panther because it was a good lead up. She has a costume already that kind of gets there, like it's almost there, and it's like this is the obvious choice.
No, I think Shuri was the obvious choice.
My second choice would have been Okoye because she needed a spot, and then she's got nothing. And then we're making her Blue Angel.
Yeah, that was stupid
too.
That was so
They're
dumb.
just making the Iron Man of Wakanda.
Yeah.
Which is what.
But no, Shuri was the perfect choice for Black Panther. I just don't like the version of Black Panther that Shuri become. But we'll talk about when we see it.
Shuri dons a new Black Panther suit, which is complete CGI. It looks like someone who is motion capped and then tightened around the waist.
Yeah, it looks like
looks like Barbie.
That's a perfect because the helmet is so big and then the neck is so tiny. It looks like a little Barbie head. You can just pop the head right off and put it back on again. I was like, guys, give her, and you don't need to be your bulk and muscular, but yeah, she's tiny. She's a tiny girl, but this looks idiotic. This Black Panther outfit that they had in her looked goofy, and it made me laugh.
It was just the waist to me. It was just it just didn't look realistic.
But
maybe
you know
her
what?
waist is really like that. She is a super thin girl.
She's a very thin girl.
But
see, it almost what it reminded me of is like, remember that first Captain America movie where his suit fucking sucks? Remember the first Avengers movie where his suit fucking sucks? And then when it got to the Winter Soldier, you're like, oh, okay, they started figuring out the
getting
suit.
better.
Maybe they'll improve the suit as it continues. For me, the suit was inconsequential. It was, does Shuri work as a character of Black Panther? And the answer is no. But we'll discuss that as it goes on.
She dons the Black Panther suit and is accepted by the other Wakandan tribes as the Black Panther, which is a quick accept. Oh, okay.
Doesn't she have to fight someone? I thought in the
No,
last one,
not
remember
in
Killmonger?
this.
Yeah, okay.
You had to.
You had to fight the
to
other
be
dude.
king,
Oh, King. I'm sorry. Okay.
which could be coming.
Okay.
In the next move, whatever.
Well, that's M'Batu. He's going to fight
which was
somebody,
dumb
right?
in its own right. Like it's like I'm going to fight for king, but you would assume that the person he would have to fight would be Shuri because she's the next in line. So she's not there.
But can you vote to have somebody fight for you? He should fight fucking Lupita Nyong'o.
If he ends up fighting someone else, like just someone who's like, oh no, I should be in charge, and that's how he becomes king. That's dumb.
That's fine. That's how it fucking works.
Shuri should be there.
She sure should.
If Shuri's not there, you wait.
Can't wait.
But this
There's
is
other
how
shit they got to do in fucking Wakanda.
This is how stupid it is. Despite M'Baku urging for peace, Shuri is determined to exact vengeance on Namor for Ramonda's death and orders an immediate counterstrike on Talagan.
So because the story or the plot synopsis passed it over because it was pointless. The only thing that dies in this scene is the queen, that of relevance in this scene is Queen dies.
Did I miss a whole paragraph?
Yes. So that was a bummer. But again, you know what had to happen. But this was the scene where you see Prince Namor come up out of the water and like pew pew and fight. And you see these little flittery wings on the bottom of his feet. I laughed out loud in the fucking theater. And I was the only one that laughed. And I had a bunch of people look at me.
Yeah, it's right there.
And I'm like, I can't be the only one that finds this idiotic looking. It was
supposed to look like a
stupid.
tsunami was coming into like a city.
It looks
like a small, like the small tsunamis, like the more realistic.
All the water shit was fine. It was when he comes up out of the water with his little flittery wings.
Yeah.
I was like, this
looks floating around.
Ridiculous. Take those the fuck out and just have him float around. You don't need these little ridiculous wings. It looked
But how do you then explain? Like
he flies.
Well,
how do you explain Spider-Man or Superman
he
flies?
already said that he's a mutant.
Yeah, flies.
He flies. That's one of the powers.
That's all you need.
Okay.
And then you see these. They look ridiculous, and
Which would explain him flying in the water.
it would, but it looks fucking ridiculous. Like they tell me they don't look ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it was stupid.
And I was like, this. It makes me start laughing at this guy, and then every time he's going near people, I can see I'm looking for. So now, whenever he's walking around, the first thing I'm looking for is his little fucking feet, flittery, 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 and I'm giggling to myself. I'm like, you just took every ounce of like fear, for lack of a better term, that I have against this character, and you threw it away. It'd be like if you saw M'Baku, like this big motherfucking guy who's like, oh, he's like, because that's how they're raised. It's how the tribe he's with, and he's a big fucking guy. And then you saw little flittery fairy wings on his feet. You'd be like,
I don't judge.
This is ridiculous. Like you would, this totally takes all the strength away from this guy because it looks ridiculous. So that was my other issue with Namor is those wings just ruined him for me.
Yeah, that battle was nice. Aside from that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I enjoy. I tell you, the one thing I enjoyed the most was the explosion of those water bombs and kind of the slow-mo goes into it. I thought that was really cool.
I like how they used them later. But yeah, the death of the queen, that was well done.
Yeah. And again, it was one of those things has to happen. So
yeah, she saves
Ray. Is it Riri or Ray?
Riri Williams.
Riri, I'm sorry.
And then she dies. Preparing for battle with Ao, assuming the role of the general of the Dora Milaje, Shuri bestows the Midnight Angel armor, which is odd because the Midnight Angel armor is blue, and now you're the leader of the Red Army.
Not to mention their red suits look badass, and then you put them into this idiotic blue angel suit. You know what she looks like? So I don't know anything about Legend of Zelda, but there's this one outfit that Link wears that is like a little blue suit with like a little hood that comes down, like a little pointed hood.
Okay.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, look, it's a Legend of Zelda suit. And if Karen was here, I could say, Karen, what's that Legend of Zelda? And she'd be, oh, fuck it. He finds it in bra 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 land.
If you would have known in advance, you could have gotten her to come with you.
Yeah, she sure would have come with me.
Oh, well, look out for the Legend of Zelda suit.
Can you imagine how mad at me she would have been by the end of it? There was no goddamn Legend of Zelda suit. It was a blue fairy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was a fairy one.
Don't leave all this dead space, because then you've got to cut it out.
I don't.
That's why no one watches.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty true. Williams creates an Iron Man-esque powered exoskeleton to aid the Wakandans. Anyway, the reason why the blue fairy is there is because Riri Williams' suit has to be red.
Okay, got it.
The Wakandans board a seafaring vessel and lure Namor and his warriors to the surface. This vessel looked cool, but how they used it was dumb. A battle.
It looked like a big anchor.
I have all this technology, and all we're doing is sitting on an anchor. Okay, with one gun on it, I think.
If that.
A battle ensues, and Shuri traps Namor, oh God, in a fighter aircraft, intending to dry him out and weaken him. This is a comic book trope for Namor, I believe.
Okay.
Namor. And it just fell flat because you have like, okay, here's our contained battle on this stupid ship. And we're just climbing up and down and fighting sideways, and who cares? Which was done in Shang-Chi on the side of the building.
Yep.
Kind of. And then you've got, okay, let's relocate Namor and put him in this ship so that it's an easy thing. We could, COVID, we just put him in a contained little box.
What I like too is he's like, oh man, I'm fucking sweating. She's like, yeah, that's right, bitch.
Dry out, motherfucker.
We're drying you out, motherfucker. He's like, oh, well, I've got my spear.
Yep.
And there's the floor.
Yeah.
So I can just fucking stab him through the floor. I'm like, you guys didn't think to maybe get his spear away from him? Like,
forgot that one. Shoot.
And then but it was like, oh my God, Namor is on the thing.
So they're going to the desert.
So, yeah. So any fear, he's like, oh man, I'm fucking, I'm getting steamed up. Well, fuck this. And he just stabs the floor and gets out. I'm like,
Yeah.
where was the tension?
They're on the way to a desert that happens to be right next to the water, the ocean. Okay, so they hit the middle of that, which is like water and sand. Okay, so it's basically Crab Island in
Crab Island.
whatever
Now,
it was called. Crab Bay.
There's an amazing, original, exciting scene that comes before this. And I know that you, much like me, was on the edge of your goddamn seat. It was like, oh, we got to take out that drone upstairs. Someone's got you on a drone high up. And then Riri goes, oh, I'll get it. And so she's flying up. And then her suit says, oh, your oxygen level is going 30%. No, I can make
I'm
it.
fine.
And it's starting to ice up and she's starting to run out of oxygen. And you're like, oh my goodness, is she going to be able to do it? Like, I saw this fucking scene in fucking Iron Man. It was the point.
Wasn't it in like a Superman thing too? Like,
no, not Superman. It was in Iron Man. Because remember, he's going up and up and up, and he's running out of it's icing up, and then he drops in the sky. And that is literally how the first Iron Man movie ends, as the Ironmonger is going up and up and up, and then he freezes and drops.
But that's why they're doing the whole Iron Man thing. Like they're trying to show the similarities.
No. There is similarities, and then there is the exact same fucking scene again. I'm like, I've already fucking seen this scene. Do something different. Jesus Christ.
Shuri gains the upper hand, but realizes the similarities between their paths and implores Namor to... This is how fast this scene went, by the way.
Yep.
Namor to yield, offering him So it's like, we'll fight maybe like 2 punches back and forth, and you know what? Since I beat you, so she won the battle real quick. Like, Namor is nothing.
She starts thinking about all the people that she went, hi, to underwater. And she thinks about Killmonger saying, yeah, kill him. And she's like, nah. Hey, do you yield? All right.
Sure, let's be friends. And then the next scene is them on the boat together. Like, hey guys,
hanging off this
you just
plane.
killed 100 of people of each tribe, and you're supposed to be buddies now.
Hey, everybody, stop fighting. We're gonna
our argument's
we work
over.
shit out. You guys go home and see everybody later. All right, good game.
Everything's fine now.
And I was watching it going, are you fucking kidding me?
Are all these warriors going to get the same ceremonial thing?
Like, I feel like they're right in the middle of, like, a guy's got his fist about to punch another guy, and Namor's like, no, don't. All right, well, good game. Well, and they shake hands and fucking leave.
They were going to stab him in the face, but then they were like, PG, and then, oh, thank goodness they came with the boat.
That scene was so fucking stupid.
It was dumb.
I was like, give me a fucking break.
We ran out of time.
Literally, what happens is they're like, okay, well, and I was giggling to myself because that's literally what it is. It's like, motherfucker, you're going down. Oh,
it was so fast. Bye. The build. Okay, so this is my issue. Namor's supposed to be a huge, like, anti-hero, like not a bad guy, but like his own, like he's a good guy for his people, and that's it.
Okay.
And so he'll be looked at as a bad guy from everyone else. The Popo
is that?
They're here for us.
Holy Christ!
No, so he's supposed to be this huge
dick,
like good guy, but could be a bad guy.
Yeah. Like Death Rider, or not Death Rider, Ghost Rider, like an anti-hero.
Kind of, but he's like, you know, almost a dictator, but a good dictator to his people, and he just doesn't trust anyone. It's kind of like Aquaman, but more. You know,
that's what they call fluffers in Texas.
Exactly,
dictators.
It's awful. Funny, awful funny, awfully funny. I hate how they treat him. He's a wet fart in this movie.
Yep.
And you're supposed to treat him as like this big, huge potential bad guy or potential
not to mention
issue later on.
The end, he's like, well, you know what? We just got in this huge battle. A lot of my people are hurt. A lot of my people are wondering, why did I, yield? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw a picture. So he's drawing a picture of the Black Panther.
It's old
up
school.
To him.
But
then his wife comes up to him and says, dude, why the fuck did you yield? And he says, Black Panther is the strongest being on the strongest country on the planet.
Tell me you cheated without telling me you cheated. That's pretty much this scene.
But then what I like is he's like, one day they're going to come and asking us for help. And when they come to ask us for help because the world is closing in on them, together,
We'll be painting a picture.
we're going to avenge each other because avenge. And you're like, dude, holy fuck. I get it. Like
They're leading to a wedding. I'm sorry, they're leading to
it
this
could
big.
be, but I didn't see it as a wedding. I saw like, okay, we're gonna be the two guys. We're gonna be the Captain America and the Iron Man at the top of the Avengers. That's what I see it going to, because for me it was just kind of stepping in that direction. Like fucking, hey, do you know what's gonna happen next? We're gonna be friends. Doop 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 doop. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I get it. Just get there so I can fucking leave because this movie is too long.
Like this podcast.
Dropping the tea or spilling the tea.
Namor's cousin is upset with. Okay, you already covered that.
I thought it was Namor's wife, but whatever.
Yeah, but it could be a whole Game of Thrones thing. Where,
right.
Yeah, because it did look like that. Like to me, it looked like what did you guys do?
Who knows what you're gonna?
Did you fuck her?
Who knows what you're gonna flitter? What do fish do? I know swim, but like slither. There's the word I'm looking for. Who knows what you're gonna slither beside in
Slither the
Namor
movie?
Land? That was a good fucking movie.
Where are we?
The end. The stupid.
Williams
fucking stinger.
returns to MIT,
Who cares?
leaving her suit behind,
Who cares?
while Okoye rescues Ross from captivity.
Sure.
In Shuri's absence, M'Baku steps forward to challenge for the throne. Stupid.
You know what's bullshit? I got crazy glue all over my thumb when I was making something this weekend.
This
and
is
I'm
how much
still-
the end of the movie was just like, meh.
I'm still pulling the stuff off.
Shuri
my hands.
visits. Here's your scene. Shuri visits Nakia in Haiti,
Now,
where she burns her funeral ceremony.
what language? do they
What
speak
language am I
in
speaking?
Haiti?
Haitian.
They speak French.
Haitian.
They speak French.
Haitian French.
They speak French.
Poisson le voiture.
Yeah. Croissant adventure.
Yeah.
So then, what's her name again? I keep on forgetting.
Nakia.
Nakia comes up and says, "Hey, here's my son." And you're like, "Oh, it's T'Challa's son." And she's like, "His name is Fred." And he goes, "Hi, Shuri, my name's Fred." And I'm like, Fred, I'm pretty sure you should be speaking fucking French. You shouldn't be speaking English. You speak in a French-speaking
This is a
place."
smart mother that is raising her
Sure.
son to do both. And if you probably look up Haiti, one of the languages is probably English.
Okay. And then he says,
Okay.
he says, my name's like Bill. And you're like, and I'm thinking in my head, why the fuck didn't you just call him T'Challa? Because he's T'Challa's kid.
Yeah, we all saw that coming.
And then she's like, oh, did my mother know? Yeah.
Which is stupid too.
Also, he says, oh, and then music stinger. My real name is Prince T'Challa, and one day I'll be the king in Wakanda. And then go, oh, amazing, cut the credits. I'm like, we already knew that. Why the fuck did they bother with this?
Shuri's like, bitch, please, I'm the queen, motherfucker.
It was
You gonna take it away from me?
like this movie, unfortunately, had so many just wet fart moments
Yeah.
that you were just like, big fucking deal. He's okay, great. He's got a kid. So now, does that mean in 20 years he's going to come and try to argue the throne like House of the fucking
This
Dragon?
is a very long con.
Oh my god, dude.
Because like, okay, yes, Marvel movies will stay around. It's normal now.
Yeah.
Right? Marvel movies will stay around and it'll continue the stories like comic books should have. They are a wet fart now, right?
Yeah.
Because mostly because people aren't as interested. They want to see movies. They want to see TV shows. They want to see cartoons.
I'm telling you, with Marvel, I want to feel something while I am watching it. I want to feel
invest in writers.
invest in writers and invest in fucking editors. Stop letting these movies go 18 hours long. You can tell a very short, concise story in under 2 hours. You really can. You just need a good editor. And with this movie, there was so much that should have been pulled out that would have made it a tighter story. And again, it's my favorite of all these new Shang-Chi's and Eternals and fucking Doctor Strangelove and the Universe of Madness.
I disagree.
This one was the best one because I really cared about the people in it. But it just, by the end of it, I was like, ugh, okay, whatever.
Did you really care? You cared about the Queen.
Yeah. I cared about the Queen. I thought Shuri, I really understood. I disagreed with the direction they put her in.
Yeah.
But I really understood what she struggled with. Because she was like, dude, my brother's fucking dead. And he was the one he was the one I followed. And now I have no one to follow, and I'm fucking angry. I totally got that. And I think the actress did a wonderful job.
Yeah, she should have been angry and wanting payback with Black Panther costume, and then and she took it.
But
or gave it to someone.
What was missing was her going, like, maybe I'm being clouded by my anger here, but dude, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you fuck with us, we will fuck you back.
Yeah. And
And that happens, and you're like, great. And then she goes, you know what? Do you yield? Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome though if that continued?
Yes.
And like she turned bad. Like she could be turned good later in another movie or whatever.
Yep.
But her turn, like, not even bad, but like kind of like
almost she becomes like blinded by rage.
Well, kind of becoming what's his face?
Killmonger.
No.
Namor.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of like a Namor for her people.
Yeah, I think
like,
that would be a great fucking direction to take that character.
Like,
it was basically what they did with Captain America, where Captain America was like, no, dude, I'm busting my buddy Bucky out of prison. That, too, was a stupid thing to do, and I'm not taking down Bucky. And Iron Man's like, dude, he killed my fucking parents. I'm going to fucking take him out then. You disagreed with Captain America, but you saw his point of view, and he went to the umpteenth to protect Bucky. I wish something like that would have happened.
The stuff that you're seeing in this movie, where specifically the stuff where they're trying to create a new group, like they have a group for Wakanda now, right? There's like 5 people that can step up from Wakanda. They're going to do the same thing with Captain America: New World Order. So it's going to be the new Captain America, which is Falcon, and then you're going to get Captain Metal Arm.
In this movie, I saw far less. Remember this for another movie. Remember that for another movie. I saw far less of that than I did in any other Marvel movie. I think that's why I enjoyed it. I wasn't being sold other movies.
That's
while watching
where we're
this one.
going, though. Every movie's going to have this group from this area, and you're going to have like all these heroes. And we're going to get that end game moment in Secret Wars where it's like all these characters, but you're going to see kind of like Mortal Kombat, where it's like you're going to get fights that you never thought you'd see before.
Namor will have his little wings, and he'll be able to fly and slap you with his little wings.
And they're doing a movie based off of the ring fights.
AB.
You know, the ring fights that happened in
wrestling.
In
wrestling rings.
Shang-Chi. The underground fight pits.
Oh, fuck.
They're doing a movie on that.
Wow, won't that be exciting?
It'll be cool because they'll have lots of little cameos.
I could give a
comic
fuck.
book stuff.
I could give a fuck. But that's why I will say, best movie of all the Marvel, this Phase 69 that we're in, best movie of all of them, but it still had significant flaws.
I have to ask you.
Nope.
What would you rate this movie out of 10?
Oh, out of 10, I would give this movie... I believed in it, and the stuff that I cared about, I really cared about. So I'm going to go a 6.5 out of 10.
I am giving it a 5.
Racist.
I think it's okay. I don't think it's good. Like, I was thinking of giving it a 6, but that's good, and I don't think it's a good movie.
That was good.
I think there's so many issues with it that I'm just
also sorry.
Overly disappointed.
One more thing I want to bring in, and then I'll shut up because I know we're going way too long.
Yeah, it's our show. Who's going to tell us not to?
Was really glad that there was no Chadwick Boseman CG. There was no the way that they absolutely that
Fast and the Furious
terrible fucking Ghostbusters movie.
Oh, that
pissed
too.
all over the memory of Harold Ramis.
I liked it.
This movie did not do that. It really, and again, that's how you can tell they really respected that.
That's
Chadwick
why I
Boseman
thought they were
died.
going to just take the stunt person,
But-
put him in the costume, and then kill him.
But they, and this is, I feel bad for saying it, they relied too heavily on it. They rely too heavily on what would your brother think? What would your brother think? What would your brother think? It's like, you know what? A great actor died in Leonard Nimoy, and when the next Star Trek movie came out, it wasn't like, what would Spock do? What would old Spock do? What would Spock do?
William
It's like,
Shatner didn't die.
no,
The
Spock
main character. That's what I'm talking about.
I'd say Spock is a bigger. People remember Spock more than remember Kirk.
I know, but who's the main character?
My point is, it wasn't. I wish they didn't lean so hard on it. When they did, it really, really worked. I just thought it could have been less. But I really respected and holy moly,
Every time.
that's telling me to shut up.
Every single
I
time.
really respected and was impressed by how they did it. I just wish it wasn't so constant.
Yeah, I will not buy this movie.
I apologize for my misogyny or racism or what am I? Misogynist?
Speaking of
racist,
which, Rob, in next
Wakandist.
episode we're going to be talking about Cube, the Japanese remake.
Ooh.
So that'll be an interesting talk.
Cube.
And then after that, we're going to do a Hour of Sour podcast talking about Rob's misogyny or my misogyny.
My massage.
Or someone's massage.
I'm getting massaged during the next
Okay.
episode.
It'll be interesting.
Be sure to watch.
And I have a surprise for Rob.
And we apologize. And we're sorry.
It's not
You
porn.
can't eat fucking food anyway.
It's true.
Jello eating
I
bastard.
had soup before I came here.
We apologize that you've been watching Complain.